Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Unless you guys have never seen me before, welcome to my channel. So you're probably wondering why it looks like I'm gonna start telling scary stories, which is fair because I just have one light pointing me directly in the face. I can barely see. It is 2:18 in the morning. I don't know how good you guys can see that. It's 2:18 in the morning though. I have my phone brightness all the way down, so I'm not sure what I look like. And so, it's been a while. It's been a couple months. I kind of uploaded a video and then dipped. The video got 400 views. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Since then, a lot of stuff has changed. Well, you can see that my hair has grown out quite a bit. Gonna figure out something with that. Not in this video though. My dog is back there. I don't know if you guys can see her. Sadie. There she is. I'm recording on my phone, which is propped up in between two dresser drawers right now. Since I can't read the questions off my phone, I wrote them down. So I'll be reading from this notebook, but before I start answering your guys' questions, I wanted to address a couple things that have changed in my life recently. As you can see, I'm in a new setting. Well, on my old YouTube channel, I definitely filmed parts of videos in here, but I've never filmed a video while I was living here. I'm living with my parents currently because I'm trying to get my shit together, trying to get my life on track, and they're helping a lot. My mom is helping me a lot with training Sadie because, as a lot of you know, she's a service dog in training. My dad is helping me learn how to budget, pay my bills, those kinds of things, and above all else, I still have to learn how to drive. Another pretty big thing that happened is I am now going by the name Kanan. So in my first video, I came out as gender non-binary, which basically means that I don't really identify as a female, but I don't really identify as a male either. So I'm not transgender. I still have my chest and I still have all my lady parts, but I don't want to go by the name Emily. It doesn't feel right. It's very feminine, and that's just not who I am as a person. If you know me in my real life, you know that I'm not a feminine person. You know that I've always been a tomboy. That term seems so outdated now. So I came to this conclusion over the course of the past almost 3 years, maybe a little over 3 years. I didn't want to turn anybody off to me. I didn't want to push anybody away. And one of the biggest things was my boyfriend, Ryan, which you guys met him in the last video. When Ryan and I started dating about 2.5 years ago, I knew he was the one. I've always known he was the one for me. He's it for me. I will never love anybody as much as I love him, and I never have loved anybody as much as I love him. He's my person, and above all else, he is my absolute best friend. A couple months after we first started dating, I asked him if he loved me unconditionally, and he said he did. And I said, would you love me if I was transgender? Which I'm not transgender. I don't want to be a man, but he said no. Not that he doesn't think transgender people aren't valid, but I think that was a big thing for him at first, but 2 years later, I asked him the same question, and he said he would love me no matter what. And that's when I finally felt comfortable enough to say who I felt like. And at the time, I didn't expect him to answer the way he did, so I hadn't thought of a name at all. But so everybody knows, I go by Kanan. It's spelled C-A-N-A-A-N. Kanan. I just get it. Like, I'm not gonna be upset if you call me Emily. I would just prefer if people called me Kanan, if that makes sense. Wow, that was so deep. Right, it's been 10 minutes. I just keep rambling, so I should probably... Oh my gosh! I haven't even told you my most exciting news, which is that your boy's engaged. But let's start the Q&A. Grab my notebook. Are you in an open relationship? So I get asked this all the time because Ryan and I played with the idea of an open relationship, but neither of us acted on it. I could never feel for anyone the way I feel for him, so I'm pretty sure he feels the same way, so there's just no point in being in any kind of relationship except for a close one between the two of us. Why do you not go by Sage anymore? So when I originally came out as gender non-binary, I picked the name Sage because I hadn't been thinking of a name. And truthfully, I went onto one of those baby name websites and looked up like unisex names, and I saw that one, and immediately I thought, like, that's who I want to be. Like, I want to be someone that sages out all the bad vibes, that, you know, is this totally new person. But then I realized that's not who I am. This is so hard to talk about. I don't talk about this with anybody. I haven't been very accepted by the people that are in my life. I don't have many friends at all, let alone friends that understand what I'm going through, besides those of you that I've met on Twitter or on Instagram or in a group chat. There's no one that I can talk to face to face, like I'm talking to you guys right now, about how I feel about things. And the reason I'm so calm right now is because I took an anti-anxiety medication before this, and I thought it would help me go to bed, but here I am at 2 a.m. I know that the people watching this are watching this because they want to and because they support me, and if you are watching this because you don't like me and you want to make fun of me, I am sending good vibes your way. I hope you get whatever you want out of this video. Holy cow, I'm going on a tangent. I'm so sorry. This video is gonna be long, I can already tell. So basically, I kept thinking to myself, who am I? Not who I want to be, not who I idolize. Who am I? I kept saying it to myself for a couple weeks, and I was like, holy cow, like, not only does it feel so comfortable when people call me Kanan, but I love the name. I don't know, know, it just feels so right. I can't describe the feeling, but if you know the feeling, you know the feeling. Who is your favorite piercing buddy? If I get this question wrong, I'm sorry, but my favorite piercing buddy is Elena. I love you. This one's long, so I'm going to answer it in a couple different parts. But do you have a wedding date or where you want it to be and details of your wedding yet? No, I don't have an exact date. We were planning on October 20th, which is the Sunday of this year, 2019. And the reason it was on a Sunday is because my little sister's in marching band, and a lot of Ryan's friends, a lot of people that we spend a lot of time with are in marching band, and during, you know, September, October, they have competitions every Saturday. They go all day long. So we didn't want to risk not having some of the most important people in our lives at our wedding. So we chose a Sunday. And then we talked to our parents about it, and we decided that we thought it would be better if we pushed the wedding back to the middle of February. And the reason we decided the middle of February of 2020 is because Ryan is actually enlisting in the Marine Corps, which sounds so crazy. It's still so crazy to me, but I know it's his dream, and I'll always support him no matter what he decides to do. February, the middle of February is when he will be on his 10-day leave in between basic training and A school. And we want to get married then so that after A school I can go right with him to wherever he's stationed. Where do we want it? I wanted an outdoor wedding if it was going to be in October, but since we're pushing it to February and we do live in the middle of New York, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know, I just kind of want something more casual, and I've always wanted that. That's always been my dream, is to just kind of have like a low-key, just close friends, close family wedding. Details of my wedding, literally absolutely none. I've asked my sister to be my maid of honor. I know that I want at least one of our colors to be yellow. That's my favorite color. And I know that I want my bouquet to be sunflowers and then some kind of colored rose. Number 5. What kind of dog is your service dog? And then I'm gonna put in parentheses, in training. She is 50% beagle and 50% poodle. Her parents were both purebred. Her dad is a miniature poodle and her mom is a beagle. Oh, we got bedhead, huh? Kisses? Oh, thank you for kisses. She's my princess. So she's gonna sit with me from now on. She's probably gonna fall asleep right here. So anyway, I guess the technical term that I found on Google for half beagles and half poodles are poogles. Oh, yawn. Big yawn for a little girl. She's such a cuddle bug. I love her. Question 6. Where did you meet Ryan? I think I've told this story in our couples Q&A on my old YouTube channel, but when I was a senior in high school, Ryan was a freshman. I know, that sounds crazy, but it was my second to last band concert, so it was in like March of 2017. He came up to me because I was crying about I don't even know what, and he said, "Hey, Emily Roberts, I think you're really cool. Can I hug you?" And I said, "Sure." And oh, bye, Sadie. Bye, baby girl. She's laying on the floor. It just felt really right. And from then on, we were best friends for a couple weeks. But it was a really strong friendship. And then we finally started dating. So yeah, that's how we met. Is he kind of just, you know, took the chance and was like, can I give you a hug? And I was like, I guess so. Like, I guess. I was so sad. Of course I gave him a hug. I'm so nice. What kind of mental health issues do you have and how do you deal with them? So I have been diagnosed with severe depression, I can't think of the word, not mild but not severe anxiety, medium anxiety, I don't know, like moderate anxiety. I shouldn't laugh, but I don't know. So anxiety, panic disorder, and PTSD. PTSD came from a extremely traumatic experience I had when I was in 10th grade. It affects me every single day. Some days so bad that I don't necessarily want to be alive. Not that I want to be dead, but if you have mental illness, you definitely know what I'm talking about, because okay, now she's laying under my bed right here. She's cute. Recently, specifically my PTSD has been a lot worse because I have seen my attacker on 2 separate occasions, which is so weird because I literally hadn't seen him in almost 2 years. Like, since I graduated high school, I had not seen his face in person, and I see his family everywhere. Like, his sister works at a store that I go to all the time. His brother is a police officer. Weird, right? My PTSD has been kind of acting up pretty bad lately. The depression is a lot better since I moved back in with my parents, which I never thought I would say, because if you knew me, you'd know that I've just struggled a lot with my parents. We just butt heads a lot, but things have been a lot better on both ends. We've all been giving a little, but we've also been receiving the benefits of our compromises. So that's pretty cool. I'm doing a lot better. My anxiety has been, the past couple weeks, pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, because of the new job. Within 5 days of the new job, I was promoted. I was working 12-hour shifts for 2 weeks straight. It was just really hard after not working for 2 months. Being away from Sadie was really hard. She's a service dog in training, so I would never take her to work with me at this point, but even if she was just a service dog without the in-training part, I wouldn't take her to work with me because I am a teacher. I wouldn't want, I just don't think that's a good environment for, you know, the kids or for her to have a dog there, especially a small dog as cute as she is. So yeah, I made that call, and some days can get pretty hard, but I get to come home to her and we work on stuff, and I sleep with her every night. So 8. What do you do at your job? So I was hired at my school to be a teacher's assistant for the toddlers, which is 18 months to 36 months, so a 1.5 to 3 years old. So I do that from September to June, except for like Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, stuff like that, and summer break. I am the lead teacher for the school age kids, which is ages 4 if they're going into kindergarten. They're allowed in my room all the way up to age 12, which I think the oldest kid that I have though is 11. But I love both age groups a lot. I just really love kids. I think I've always had a soft spot for kids. I don't like interacting with people a lot. Like I said, I don't have many friends. I'm not close with a lot of my family besides like my grandparents. But I've always had a soft spot for kids. I've been working in childcare for 6 years, and I've been babysitting for 8 years. But yeah, I have a soft spot for kids. How did Ryan propose? I wish Ryan was here for this. So, what actually happened is Ryan didn't propose. I did. So, we were hanging out one day, and my parents were bringing my little sister to her job. She works at the summer camp I used to work at. So that's, 45 minutes away from my house. So they were gone for quite a while, and we were just playing, I think it was Mario Kart on the Switch. Oh my god, that's not important. Like, this is why my stories go every direction. So, it was just me and him, and of course, Sadie. And I brought him and Sadie in here, and I had laid out for him a bunch of postcards that I've collected over the years on my bed. And there was also a framed picture of me and him from our first summer together, like around this same time when I proposed to him. We looked like babies, but I brought him in with the picture and the postcards, and I had written a long soliloquy on my phone, and I read it to him, and then at the end I said something like, all of these places in the world, but you're my home. The way I just said it made it sound so gross, but it was cute, I think, at least. And then right now this ring, even though it looks super duper pretty and it is really cute, is just a placeholder. Was that ring like $5? No, bitch. It was $8.88 from Walmart, and it came with a wedding band too. Number 11. When did you celebrate your sweet 16? So my birthday is in February. So all of my birthday parties my whole life have been inside. I say all of my birthday parties, like I have them constantly. But when I was growing up, all of my birthday parties were inside. Only girls were allowed to my birthday party. Joke's on you, parents. I like girls too. But we ended up having my birthday party, I think in July? I'm pretty sure it was July. But it was my first ever co-ed party, which is funny because my first ever girlfriend was actually there, and I had just come out to my parents a week before, so that was really weird, but we won't get into that. Number 12. Do you think you'll be engaged for a while, or are you planning the wedding relatively soon? So like I said, we were planning on October 20th, 2019, but I don't know if any of y'all have ever tried to plan a wedding, but 3 months, I was so stressed. I went on the knot.com and it told me I should have had all these things done, and I didn't have any of them done. I just started freaking out, and I was like, nope, can't do it. So that was hard, but then Ryan was actually the one that suggested we push it back because he really wants to wear his dress blues to the wedding. Plus, it gives me more time to plan, and so while he's gone, I'm gonna work with my mom and his mom on planning this wedding. So what, that's 7 months we're engaged. Is it weird to marry a person so much younger than you? Like I said, when Ryan and I met, I was a senior in high school and he was a freshman. However, we are only 2.5 years apart. He's not so much younger than me. He's just a couple years younger than me. Not anything crazy. It's just like most relationships. How many piercings do you have? I'm gonna have to count, so give me a minute. I only have 14. I thought I had 16, but then I remembered I took my tongue piercing out when I started working at my first job at a school, because like I would stick my tongue out at the kids all the time and I was just sick of them asking what it was. And then my belly button piercing fell out, and literally, even though it had been pierced for 1.5 years, I tried putting it back in when I got home and it had already like closed and it hurt really bad to try to get back in, so I just said F it. Do you have any tattoos? Yes. If so, how many? What do you have and where are they? So I have 4 tattoos. I have one right there on my finger. It's, let me try to focus this. There we go. It's pretty bad. It's supposed to be an equal sign for equality, because we love that here. We love equality. I have a coffee mug that I drew on my back. I didn't draw it on my back. I drew the design and someone tattooed it on my back. I'll put a picture right here. I have this bad boy, which is based on the Panic at the Disco album, Pretty Odd. I love this tattoo. It's not finished yet, it has to be colored in, but I love it. And then I have this one right here on my arm, and it says Solas Ane, which means yesterday's joy in Gaelic. And the last question is, so exciting, when is your wedding? I hope you guys liked this video, liked hearing random little facts about me. So tell me how your day's going. If it's morning, if it's night, if it's the afternoon, if it's 3:07 in the morning. I've been recording for 50 minutes. Let me know how your day is going. Let me know, you know, whatever you want, what kind of videos you want to see me do. I pinned a comment in the last video I made that I thought was really, really cute. I don't remember your username. I'm really sorry for that. I think that this concludes this video. Who knows what the next one will be? Hopefully it'll be within the next week. If I have to record again at 2 in the morning, I will. So yeah, click that subscribe button and hit that like button right here, because it really, really helps me out. As always, thank you for watching. She's sleeping, but Sadie and I really appreciate it. We love you guys unconditionally. Thanks, bye.